Too much going on. We're live.
All right, so here we are watching Sven Dimmel, our leader, as he works lap 5.
That's right. He's pulled out a 6/10 of a second gap on the second place position, Mitchell Welker.
Looks like most of the cars are starting to get single file here. As Jeff Tyler seems to be driving the train here. Welker's pulled away in second, chasing our leader Sven Dimmel. The 911, or the 911, excuse me, working the 46 here into turn 3. As Dylan Blanton looks on in the 26, followed closely by Nate Franklin. Nate with the fastest lap of the race so far. So, wasting no time trying to get to the front. Biggest mover right now is Marvin Wingfield, up 3 positions from the start. So, tonight, the rules, being the RiL, the rules are always just a little different. Tonight, everyone started with 4 gallons. We expect this is going to be a 2-stop race for everyone, but there are no cautions, so getting on and off the pit road quickly with good in and out laps will be one of the keys to victory. The 911 like an emergency, is all over the 46. As the 46 starts to catch the 77. 77's tires seem to be starting to give up a little bit here, losing that new car feel. So the 911 continues to handle the 46. I think he might take a look this time down into the corner, and he does. They're side by side. Oh, he pushes up a little bit. Pulls it back down to the yellow line, tucks in behind the 46 as they run down the front stretch. Danny Gerian there behind Nate Franklin is the caboose on this train led by second place of Mitchell Welker. And then we have a little gap back to Daniel Bartz, who is the conductor of the second train. We have Aaron Thacker and John Patrick there with him as well.
Yeah, it looks like we've divided this race up into two big groups now.
Oh, and the 911 just got into the 46 and spun out. Can we get a replay on that?
Catch replay on that right now as they come across the start-finish line. It looks like the 46 tried to make a move and had to abort that move and just slowed down a little bit, enough to catch the 911 off guard there.
Okay, so I expect Peters now will want to maybe take a stop and get a repair here. I expect the driver should have 2 fast repairs since there are no cautions. As per league norms, 1 fast repair for races with cautions.
It looks like we've had quite a few drivers go in and take a fast repair. Meanwhile, our leader has jumped out to about almost a 2-second advantage now, while the group following him is still nice and tightly packed.
Yeah, so I think our best racing is going to be here in this first train. I think the 46 is going to want to get around the 77. 46 has championship hopes here. He can't let the 23 slip away.
46
The 46 is all over the 77 here, down into one, hard onto the brakes. 46 pulls it down to the yellow line at the apex, back into the accelerator. Ooh, with a strong run out of the corner, slips up, pushes into the 77. They make contact. That allows the 26 of Dylan Blanton to slide through as well. Side by side down into 3. The 26 is able to get the position. The 24, smelling blood, wants to make his move on the 77. Let's see what happens here going into 1. Not quite close enough that time. 77 working hard here on the 26. Trying to make something happen, but nothing doing. 21 starting to lose pace here, starting to fall off the back.
Meanwhile, our second pack being led by Daniel Bartz. He's got Aaron Thacker, Thomas Ellison, and Connor Peterson right behind him. So it looks like they're trying to hold on to him, hold on to his draft, excuse me.
Spin is out front, making a boring race of this, but we have great battles going on back here in the top 5 as the 77 starts to make his move on the 26. They go door to door into 3. 24 trying to make something happen here while these guys are racing side by side. They're going to be going a little slower than they would be if they were nose to tail. Looks like the 46 has set sail towards the German. 26 with a great run on the top side, able to keep his momentum up.
He doesn't come all the way down to defend that position on the yellow line, which gives 77 a chance to get not alongside, but close.
And here we go. The 24 is going to take a look down the inside, into 1. You can tell the pace did slip off a little bit there in the last couple laps. It allowed Danny Jirian to catch back up. Whoa, as Nate, pulls up in front of the 77. The 77 gets on the brakes, and the 21 of Danny Jirian gives Mitchell Welker a little bump in the back, but everyone gets away cleanly here. All right, Welker starting to slide down through the field. Let's see, is he going to try to settle in here or work his way back past the 24? Didn't work so well for him when he tried it on the 26. All right, can we go back to that? Looks like we've had some changes for position in the second pack there. Ooh.
Yes, the 816 of Aaron Thacker has jumped out to the lead of that group. Daniel Bartz directly behind him. Looks like 77 has been shuffled all the way to the back of that lead group there.
So I just heard on the radio, I'm monitoring the radios, Thomas Ellison will be pitting. So I expect we will now see a lot of cars on pit road in the next couple laps.
We've had one car already down pit road. The 911 of Devin Peters has already taken a pit stop. He was on pit lane for, he stopped for almost 30 seconds.
Yeah, Devin probably took a fast repair there after having the issue earlier with the 46 in turn 1.
And our leader Sven Demmel down pit road. Jeff Tyler also down pit road. It looks like Nate Franklin, Mitchell Welker, Jenny Giron, Daniel Bartz, Connor Pearson, John Patrick, Michael Barker, and Justin Lamons have all also come down pit road.
Dylan Blanton is able to go one lap longer than the rest, along with Aaron Thacker. So they're 1-2 right now.
Oh, looks like the 46 overshot his pit lane just a bit.
Oh, that mistake is going to cost him. All right, and as our leader, Dylan Blanton comes down pit road. Looks like Aaron Thacker is going to spin and hit the end of the pit wall on his attempt to make pit road.
But it looks like he's down pit road now nonetheless.
Fawcett and Wingfield also entering the pits here. Rounding out our pit sequence.
Oh, I was just
Antonio
watching.
Alvarez actually is...
He was in the lead temporarily, but I think Haynes gave him a little nudge. Yeah, he is. He's just coasting now.
Yeah, so David Haynes, who's always known to be very ginger on the pedal, and sipping the fuel. Ooh, David Haynes a little too hot into the pit road. Spins, hit the wall with the front and the back of the car, lights him up, gets moving again. Got plenty of fuel. As Alvarez comes coasting into the pit.
And I think the number 46 of Jeff Tyler is going to inherit the lead here, or is... Let's see how this shakes out.
It looks like he's ahead of Dimmel. Not sure. It looks like his stop was a lot faster than Dimmel's, about 8 seconds quicker. So, yeah, Jeff Tyler, I think, will be your leader after this shakes out.
Haynes and Alvarez are both stopped on pit road, so there you go. Jeff Tyler in first position, Sven Temmel in second position, 3.5 seconds behind him.
Chad Clark in third. Chad racing out of the Carolina Club, a veteran in here in the RIL. Big mover up the sheet, 15 places better than where he started.
That's right, and he is right on the bumper of Sven Temmel. Keep an eye on that race right there.
Yeah, so as we see here, Dimmel trying to close down that gap on the leader. The leader's about 4 seconds out in front. Clark about a half a second behind.
I think I see why he is so close to the leaders now. He took about a 12-second shorter pit stop than everyone else did.
Yeah, so I guess Chad's just playing the track position game. He's going to, try to gain some track position here. Get out of, maybe he was in the back of one of those trains. Get some clean running. Set some good laps here. And then pit a little bit early. Short pit here towards the finish. And, so we're just going to have to see how it plays out. All right, we're approaching the 30-minute mark. The predictor software is saying we have about 54 laps to go. Working lap 25. Looks like everyone's able to go right around 20 laps, maybe a few more. Of course, now the cars, may be able to make it a little farther here in this middle stint than they did in the opening stint.
Since the racing isn't as tight, they're not having to go too wide as often.
Right, there's no pace laps, no warm-ups, no burning fuel in the grid, so...
Let's check out one of the closer races on track right now.
Looks like Pearson and Bart have a pretty good battle going on.
Yeah, their last laps were a tenth apart, so they're fighting pretty closely here.
And Sven Temmel is catching our leader, but there's still quite the gap there, so let's keep watching this. Bart's looking up high here as we approach turn one. Ooh. Looks like Bart's wants to work the high side. Let the 31 have the bottom. Right here. Gonna follow him. They're both gonna ride the high line. The 911 car working his way back through the field after starting close to the front. Devin Peters in his Trans Am inspired livery is catching these two. I expect Devin will be here in let's see, probably about 8 laps.
Yeah, he's picking up about a tenth a lap. Yeah, our pole sitter is the fastest car on track still. He's not that much faster than our current leader, the 46 of Jeff Tyler. They're both turning about the same speed lap here.
Yeah, about a half a tenth difference. Or I guess it was almost right at a tenth.
As we watch the number 46 Wonder Bread car.
Have a, looks like a 4-car battle back here in the back. Aaron Thacker leading it with Michael Barker, Andrew Fawcett, and Marvin Wingfield.
Looks like Aaron, he did lose a bit of time after his pit road incident.
Yeah, that unorthodox pit entry, I believe, had to have cost him about 8 seconds or more. Let's see Fawcett working on Barker there. Nice move by Andrew Fawcett down into 1. The 72 of Alejandro plans to follow him by the 63, while the 19 of Marvin looks on. We're 3 wide. 72 is the meat in the sandwich, 63 lifts. And 19 backs out as well. The 63 charging back hard on the outside. The 19, we haven't seen him in the RIL much in the last couple seasons. Good to see him back again this week after making an appearance last week. All right, so looks like Fawcett is starting to work on closing that gap to Thacker, but it's a pretty good gap right now, about a second and a half.
And Thacker is pulling that gap down. It was just over 2 seconds to Justin Lemons, but you can see it's 1.8 right now.
Oh, Devin Peters pit again. So he stopped for 26 seconds this last time. I have to believe that he's going to try to take that to the end, but I'm just not sure if he can go 45 laps. Maybe we'll see 3 stops.
Could be. Do you think he took tires on that last stop? I doubt it.
With 26 seconds, that would be just about enough time to. Let me call down to the pit reporters and see what they say.
You do that. Meanwhile, we'll keep our eye on this battle between Connor Pearson and Daniel Bartz, the 31 and 28.
Yep, it looks like they're saying he took 4 tires.
Okay.
All right, Andrew Fawcett on the radio, one of the other drivers here. Alejandro and Marvin are continuing to battle door to door right behind Andrew Fawcett. This is a battle for positions 16th, 17th, and 18th. Ooh, and the 72 has to lift out. The 19 with a strong run around the outside as he's going to close down that gap to the 94 going into 3. All right, so Jeff Tyler had kind of a short fill last time. We don't know how far he'll be able to go, but we expect not as far as Sven Dimmel.
Sven has continued to reel him in a little bit. He was, he's down to 1.3 seconds. It was up to, what, 3.5 at the pit stop?
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting here. The leaders are starting to catch this battle that we were just watching. These guys are racing hard up ahead. This is for, their race is for position as well. The 94, the 19, and the 72 all battling strong. Michael Barker is going to go a lap down here to our leader, Jeff Tyler. Michael taking the high line, giving plenty of room down low. Michael, known to be a clean racer here in the league. With what looks to be a Darrell Waltrip-inspired Mountain Dew livery this week.
I do like that classic Mountain Dew logo.
Do the do.
Indeed.
I see Jeff Tyler giving a little hand wave out the window, telling Barker thank you for the space. All right, let's jump up the track just a couple hundred meters to this battle with the 19 and the 94. They are door to door.
And the 72, a couple of laps down, also in the mix with them.
All right, so should we go through the field here as we approach our next round of pit stops?
Let's go ahead and do that.
All right, so we have Jeff Tyler, our leader. Trailing him by about 1.2 seconds and closing is Sven Dimmel. Next is Chad Clark, who had an amazing pit stop and used that to leverage some strong track position here in the early running. So Chad's our third place runner. Slide on back to the 24. We got some lap traffic here in between them. That's Nate Franklin in the fourth position. Going back here to Connor Pearson in fifth. And let's hold road straight here for a minute as we got Dan Bartz looking to the inside. Dan is in sixth. A little further back is John Patrick in seventh, being challenged by David Haynes, the 320, currently in eighth. As we watch them go down into turn three, Haynes not able to get side by side. Next car in our running orders, Tom Ellison. Tom's ninth as he watches this battle just ahead. Then we have Dylan Blanton in 10th. Mitch Welker, just about a second or two behind that group. Mitch is in 11th, followed closely by Danny Jerian in 12th. Mark Antonucci is in the 116. He's in 13th. Justin Lamones, the 60 car, running 14th tonight. About a half a straightaway back, we have Aaron Thacker in 15th. And Andrew Fawcett in 16th. That is our lead lap. So let's take a lap on board with the 46 here.
All right, we're on board with him.
So our leader does not want to see these cars battling right in front of him, slowing down his progress as Sven Dimmel catches him. And Jeff decides to pull out of this battle, slow it down just in time, and fill it up for his run to the line with 34 laps to go. So I was looking at some numbers during the ride along there, and based upon the numbers, Chad Clark's first stop was about a 26-second stop, and that allowed him to go about 25 laps. Devin Peters' second stop was about the same amount of time, but that was with 45 to go. I'm just not sure that Peters is going to have enough fuel to make it. I think he's going to have to stop one more time.
And Sven's coming down pit road right now as well.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Is Finn maybe just covering Tyler here? Because Tyler will be on fresh tires and able to go a little faster. I think if Sven pits now, he should be able to take a little less fuel because he took a little more the first stop. Yeah, so we see the 46 still stopped on pit road.
As he's pulling back onto the circuit right now. The number 31 of Connor Pearson has inherited the lead at this point.
All right, so Jeff was stopped for 42 seconds that last time. I have to believe that's plenty of fuel. I think that may be even a little bit too much, but we're going to have to see how this plays out. We got Connor Pearson, though, still shown as our leader. Connor racing out of the UK and Ireland club. Connor, a relative newcomer to the RiL. He's been on those tires for going on about 28 laps now.
And the only drivers out there longer are Ellison and Stump. They've both done 29 laps on their current set of tires.
And Antonucci is on some fresh tires, the 116. He's trying to make hay while the sun shines here. We have some close battles here. So we have Pearson leading. Behind him, Haynes running just about a second behind. Behind him is Ellison. Ellison entering the pit lane now. Patrick is also coming down pit road. The two huge ass cars. Let's get woed down to the pit road speed limit.
That gives the number 21 of Danny Gier in third position. Right behind him is the number 77 of Mitchell Welker. As they squeezed by the lap car of Chad Clark. Or is he just... Well, he's being lapped right now, but I think he has just come in for his second pit stop. Well, he's actually come in for his second pit stop 6 laps ago, sorry.
Yeah. Spin's also a lap down at this point. So, ooh, Spin trying to unlap himself, gives the 31 a little bump, shoves him up the track. The 31's progress is impeded by the 02. The 23 is able to slip by and keep on going here. Now the 320 is held up by the traffic.
Sven just got in there a little hot. Well, the 816 of Aaron Thacker is coming down pit road, or is stopped on pit road.
Yep, they have the right side of the car in the air.
The 33 of Brian Stump coming down pit road.
Crew's running around to the left side. The 816 jacking it up. Yeah, Connor Pearson continuing to lead. A little bit slower than some of these other guys. Haynes making a challenge for the lead of this race as they go door to door coming off turn 4.
It's the 02 of Michael Wynn behind them gets a little sideways through the turn.
Ooh, and the 320 slid right up in front of the 31. The 31 giving him the crossover. The 320 maybe squeezing him a touch.
But he's able to hold the position in front of him.
So we do expect Haynes and Pearson to be on pit road sometime in the next 5 laps or so. There's a good battle for position. The 21 and the 77 side by side for a battle for third, right in front of Jeff Tyler. Jeff Tyler's a lap down to that battle currently. And the 77 is right on the 21's bumper coming up off the corner here.
He was getting really aggressive in the braking zone there, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's got to try to stay as close as he can. I'm thinking the Welker machine might want to come down pit road. He seems to be being held up by traffic. We're inside the pit window, and here comes the 46 wanting to waste no time. I think Jeff Tyler will get 2 of them right here.
The number 31 of Connor Pearson is on pit road right now.
All right, so David Haynes is our leader. Danny Gerian runs second as he's held up a little bit here by the 02 as they go 3 wide. 21's the meat. 77 watches on as the 21 and 46 battle. 21's going to need to work his way to the bottom of the track here if he's going to pit.
I think that's what he's maybe trying to do there. Get a little bit lower. Maybe he's going to go for the pass.
I think he just needs to get in position so he can pit. Ooh, the 20 car here coming with a full head of steam. Antonio Alvarez. To Antonio on fresh tires. Antonio looking for a way by. He looked down low, he looked in the middle, now he's looking up high. Antonio very high up the track here. But he's able to keep his momentum and drive right around the 77 and the 21. The leaders of our race here. David Haynes also out on track, but he's back a couple seconds. I'm not sure what happened with David.
He's come in for his second pit stop.
Oh, okay. Yep, timing's now catching up. Surprised to see the 21 and the 77 go this long. 38 laps. As you can see, they've lost the pace. Their tires have given up.
Yeah, they're
24, the 27 lead, or battling what we expect to be the lead pack here at the end of the race. '27 squeezed down low by the 24, all the way down to the wall. The 27 goes of Tom Ellison. 3 wide into 1, 24 up into the 77, able to keep it pointed in the right direction. The 911 is right behind the 27. Oh, the 24 is in the wall, the 27 into the back of the 21. Is Mitchell Welker starting to lose a little bit of track position here. Looks like the 21 slowed as well. Is he going to pit? Oh, and the 911 boots the 21 down onto the apron. The 21's able to gather it up, though. He lost a couple seconds, but all in all, nice save. As the 77 and the 21 come down pit road. And now we can cycle around to Sven Dimmel. Will pick up the lead this time by. All right, so Sven Dimmel is now officially our leader. Second place is Chad Clark. So Chad's able to make it work with this fuel mileage. Looks like he was stopped for about 28 seconds last time. That was 18 laps ago. So I think it might be close for Clark, but maybe he's just getting that good of mileage.
Could be, although he is running almost 7.5 seconds behind Sven Dimmel at the moment.
Well, him and everyone else. So,
right.
It's a pretty good race. Sven is a tough competitor. Jeff Tyler now officially into third, that time by the line. And Jeff is 9 seconds behind our leader. Next in the running order will be Nate Franklin. I think this is the battle we want to watch. The 27 and the 24. The 27 just gave the 24 a little nudge coming off the corner there, as it looked like the 24 backed into Tom. Obviously, that was Tom just getting a better run off the corner. Ooh, and here's the 911. Is he going to punt the 27 like he did the 21? No, he shows courtesy there to Tom. I'm sure Tom is very upset with Devin for racing him what he feels like too hard when Devin is a lap down in 19th.
That's right, and on older tires.
And every time Devin dives down the inside, it makes it to where Tom has to cover his move instead of worrying about taking the fight to Franklin ahead. And that's what he's doing this time by. The 27 closing the gap to the 24, having a look down into 1, follows him closely into his tire tracks. I think the 27 is able to get a little bit better run off the corner than the 24. 24 seems to have a stronger entry, so we're going to have to see how that plays out. But Dylan Bland also in this battle. Dylan Bland would probably be willing to be another founding member of the not really a fan of Devin Peters Club right now. I have to believe that as we approach 10 to go here, it's probably time for the 911 to just get out of the way and let these guys race. As there, the 911 slides up, door bangs the 27. Not sure what's going on there. The 19 is laps down, or the 911.
I think he just wants to race and race hard.
Well, bless his heart. Oh, as we see the 15 coming onto pit road. So it appears we were correct. The 15 of Chad Clark does not have enough fuel to make it the distance. Bad luck there for Chad. That was a really good run he had going so far. Hopefully he can salvage something here with a splash and dash. All right, so back at the front. Sven Dimmel continues to lead. Next behind him is Jeff Tyler. That gap's growing out to about 10 seconds now. But the best battle in the top 5 continues to be the one for third. The last step on the podium between Nate Franklin and Thomas Ellison, 2 longtime members of the league and mods. So expect the battling to be clean here. It looks like the 911 is pulled out and stopped again, dropping him down and out of the points for the day to 21st. It looks like Peters is decided to hang up the helmet for the day. Not coming back out. It's going to go ahead and pack in the trailer for the night.
There was likely some chatter on the radio after those incidents.
I'm sure that might have helped hasten his exit out of the paddock.
Indeed.
All right. As we see the 27 really taking a look hard at the 24. We're coming to 10 to go this time. Do you think Tom's just sizing him up, or is he just not able to get the pass done yet? Ooh, there, as the 24 runs Tom all the way down to the wall. Oh, that was a very defensive move by Franklin. The 27 is going to push up the track, but not make contact. And I have to believe the driver from Boston, the number 27, Tom Ellison, won't be happy with the racer from Amishtown, Nate Franklin. So, folks, we don't need to see the battle at the front. It's the typical Sven Dimmel out to a huge lead. Jeff Tyler's in second, but the real battle is right here between the 24 and the 27, while the 26 looks on. I think that Tom might be just biding his time. If he races Nate too hard here, with still over 8 laps to go, he allows Blanton to get back into this battle. If I'm Ellison, I think I use this traffic that we're catching and make my move with the lappers. Here goes Ellison again, looking down the inside. The 24 blocks him, covers that move. They both go in about mid-corner. Tom able to more closely match his entrance speed that time. The 116 hopefully pulls out of the way here. Mark, this is a battle for the podium. Yep, Mark smartly out of the way.
I'm sure someone on the pit wall is telling him that.
So here we go. It looked like the 24 might have touched the outside wall there. The 27 has a fender inside as they approach turn 1. The 27 slips up just a little bit. Still side by side. 24 has the advantage here. They race door to door down the backstretch. Oh, and the 24 with the deep dive into the corner, able to pull just ahead. The 27 using the slow in, fast out technique.
24 tapped the wall again there. See if the 27 can get enough of a run off of the corner here to make that pass stick.
Oh, this is a great battle. All right, it's going to be 5 to go as we come out of turn 4. 5 more laps. 27 slides up in front of the 24. Is he able to keep it out of the wall? Yes, he is. I think he kind of broke the 24's momentum there and allowed the 26 to close down. 24 very good on the brakes down into turn 1, closing down to the gap to the 27's bumper. But as we've seen earlier in the race, the 27 is very strong off the corner and able to extend his lead as they go down the backstretch. There for a minute, I thought they were going to catch Tyler, but they got racing side by side and lost some speed there.
Yeah, and unless Tyler catches a good rash of traffic, he's probably not going to get caught. They're not going to make up the 3.5 seconds.
All right, so Sven Dimmel is in turn 4. He's our leader. Then we have Jeff Tyler coming down to the backstretch into turn 3. Tom Ellison in third. We have a 3-car battle here for third. The 27, the 24, and the 26. They're about 14 seconds, about a half a lap behind our leader, but this is the best battle we have right now. Tom Ellison, the biggest mover in this race, up 10 positions from the start. Sure, he wants to make sure he finishes there as the 24 gets a good run off the second turn. It looked like 27 might have gotten the wall. 24 on the inside here in the non-preferred line. I believe everyone likes the higher line through 3 and 4. As the 27 is able to pull inches nose out ahead. They're catching lap traffic here. Will the lap traffic be a factor? 2 to go. 24 dives deep down, slides up in front of the 27, makes contact. 26 is now going to make his move. He spins the 27. 27 gathers it into the wall and spins. All right. All right, we're on. Is this the white flag? Are we going to be coming to the white flag?
We're gonna find out here in just a moment. Oh, looks like we're getting the checkered flag here.
All right, so Sven Dimmel is our winner with Jeff Tyler coming off of turn 4. All right, good run there by Jeff. Nate Franklin in third after some strong battling there towards the end of the race. Dylan Blanton finishes 4th after getting into the 27 there in the closing laps. Haynes comes home 5th. Daniel Bartz in 6th. Mitch Welker in 7th. Danny Girian in 8th. Tom Ellison able to recover to a 9th. John Patrick is 10th. And Andrew Fawcett is 11th. That rounds out our lead lap. So let me see. I'm going to run down to the paddock and see if I can get our 3rd place finisher here.
Sounds good. Pull up your results there one more time. First, Sven Dimmel. 2nd, Jeff Tyler. 3rd, Nate Franklin. 4th, Dylan Blanton. 5th, David Haynes. Daniel Barton, 6th. 7th is Mitchell Welker. 8th is Danny Giron. Thomas Ellison in 9th after that rough late incident. 10th is John Patrick. Andrew Fawcett in 11th. 12th is Justin Lamons. Connor Pearson in 13th. Aaron Thacker 14th. Marvin Wingfield in 15th. And you can read the rest.
So I was able to get a hold of Nate Franklin, our 3rd place finisher tonight. Nate, we saw you battling with Tom Ellison there towards the end of the race. You guys were side by side for a number of laps. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, it was a really intense battle. Tom stopped a little bit later than I did, so he had the edge in tires. So I was just trying to hold my own, keep up with him, and he was able to get past me. I tapped the wall twice exiting 4, and that was just enough for him to sneak by. But no, it was a really good battle. There was a couple of bumps, but no harm, no foul. It was all clean, good racing, and it's a shame to see that happen.
Yeah, but that's racing. We did see you get in the wall a couple times and allow Tom to get a run on you. It looked like a couple of very defensive moves down into one. Um, were you worried
Yeah,
that Tom might give you a little nudge whenever you took him all the way to the wall?
yeah, I was definitely expecting it. I had given him, it wasn't an intentional bump, but he kind of squeezed me down on the inside when I was passing him after his pit stop, and yeah, so I was definitely expecting a little nudge going into one or going into three, and it didn't quite happen. I'm sure it was going to happen when the white flag came out. It's just again a shame that he wasn't there to do it. Either way, both of us fought hard. It would have been a hard fought podium spot. So
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for your time, Nate. And everyone, that's Nate Franklin, our third place finisher. Let me see if I can grab a hold of Jeff Tyler next. All right, Jeff, this is Alex and Derby.
Hey,
you
guys.
have a moment to talk to us there? Talk us through how your race went?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how did it go? Looked like you used a little bit different pit strategy there at the first stop to do a short fill and close the gap up to Sven.
Yeah, I tried to do the undercut there to try to get ahead of him, but didn't work out. I mean, ultimately for this race, there was a set amount of fuel that you needed to take. It was about 10.5 gallons, and Sven and I both took that amount. We just did it, different increments. But yeah, he just had a little bit of a pace advantage today, so couldn't quite match him. But a well-deserved win for Sven.
It looked pretty uneventful for you. We saw you get on the pit road a little hot once, but other than that, pretty uneventful race.
Pretty uneventful. I had a little bump with Devin there early on.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Whenever.
Yeah.
Yep.
How did that look to you guys?
It looked like maybe Peters overreacted and steered it into the fence, but I only saw it that one time.
Yeah, I think on the radio he was saying my line was a little different from everyone's, and that I was braking a little early into turn one, and I think that kind of caught him out. So I definitely feel bad about that, but that was the major drama of my race.
All right, well, thanks for your time tonight, Jeff, and everyone. That's our second place finisher, Jeff Tyler.
Thanks.
Hey, Sven, another win in the books. How does it feel?
It feels good, obviously. Winning is always a good thing. But I was surprised that no one could keep up. Like in practice, it looked a lot closer.
Right, yeah. Very strong gap tonight, 11 seconds. It looked like Jeff tried to mix it up with the pit strategy, but your pace was just too much.
Yeah, I closed the gap down all the way, and just when I caught him, he went into the pits. I think the dynamic track thing iRacing has really came into play here. I completely changed my line in the second stunt, and I think it worked out really well. I got a lot of time there on the other guys.
Oh, that's very interesting to hear. It looked like traffic was heavy at times, but you were able to work your way through. Saw a couple close calls, but overall, pretty instant-free race.
Yeah, it was pretty clean. Everyone gave me room, so I have nothing to complain about.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks again, Sven, for your time. And everyone, that's your winner tonight, Sven Dimmel. All right. Do you have any closing thoughts, Michael?
No, another great race. I'm glad we had as much close racing as we did. It's a shame that we couldn't get it racing out to the finish, but those things happen.
That's racing, and that's why we tune in every week to see how it's going to play out. So I hope everyone tunes in again next Sunday to see round 3 of season 21 of the RiL.
All right, good night, everyone.
Mahalo.